An industry clearly enjoying the chance to gather together once again, and as the first in-person PLSA event for more than 2 years, the Edinburgh Investment Conference set out to address the myriad of challenges now facing the pensions world.
This week we'll feel the power of collective debate as we tackle some of the major investment issues for UK pension funds. Inflation, the war in Ukraine, DC defaults and investing for decumulation, responsible investment and TCFD, private markets, the changing nature of work and the workforce, cost transparency and many other areas.
An ambitious agenda highlighting the significance of the era.
I've actually chosen as a title for this presentation, A Hinge of History. Now that sounds rather dramatic, but I actually do think that the last year will be looked back on as a time when the old paradigm that we all were used to, many of those pillars crumbled, and we have to get used to a new world.
International economist Dame Deanne Julius shared her unique global insights.
What we need to do in this kind of environment is to really challenge one's assumptions, not just take conventional wisdom, not assume that things are going to return to whatever was considered normal prior to the pandemic, let alone prior to the invasion. So it is important to get diverse opinions, to debate those things, and to look at your asset allocation or your business model and say, is this sustainable in a bipolar world?
An approach echoed by international investment leaders speaking in the first specialist asset management panel to be held at the event.
You are going to see a much bigger role in the economy for private alternatives of all different stripes.
The question is, where else can you get better interest income generating asset classes? Where can you get some diversification? So we have been encouraging our investors to look at some alternative asset classes, look at things like real assets, gold, infrastructure, things that actually will have a bit more capital preservation, but also income and some diversification benefits.
This is a moment, a very exciting change. This is a moment where we could dramatically improve the way that we work for loads of people.
Not only has the economic landscape shifted, but over the past 2 years, the way people live and work has also radically transformed.
I think the way that we travel, the way that we eat, where we eat, how we engage with our local neighbourhoods, it's all up for change. And observing those trends and embracing them, I think, is the only answer.
But how do pensions professionals tap into those behavioural changes and ensure the right sort of engagement with long-term savers?
We know that too much trading, too much market timing, too much trying to be very clever with your stock picks is almost always a bad thing. So you want this level of engagement with the idea of a pension, this commitment to save to a pension within the limits of affordability, but you also want people to trust the process enough to step back and not fiddle.
When people get nervous about turbulent markets, volatile markets, is when they tend to make relatively poor decisions. At the same time, we're very aware of the cost of living squeeze, and our message is, please try and keep saving, because in the future you're going to need the retirement income that these savings will generate.
An important message from an industry and association well aware of their responsibilities, a fact acknowledged by one of the UK's best-known political broadcasters, Adam Bolton.
It's great for me, since politics has kind of become the kind of comedy end of the establishment, to be with the serious people who really keep us all afloat and who I hope we can rely on in old age to look after us.
It's at the heart of why the organisation exists. We exist to help everyone get a better income in retirement, and we do loads and loads of work to try and make sure we get sensible regulation, that everybody is aware of the big issues and exchanging ideas on how to get through it and how to make it sensible and how to make it work.
The PLSA's priority remaining the aim to improve retirement outcomes for all.